Can you describe a time when you were able to make a positive influence on somebody?
Of course. For this question, I think back to a time that one of my friends at Xavier was thinking about transferring to a different school. He wasn't happy with some aspects of Xavier outside the academics and felt that a larger school would satisfy his needs to live a certain lifestyle. This is someone who I hold to the highest degree of respect and would be disappointed if they transferred to a different school. To try to sway his mind, I decided to interject some positive input. I did this by saying that although Xavier may not live up to his social desires, it is a strong academic school that would still provide a good foundation for a great career in many different fields. I also stated that there are probably millions of people our age throughout the world who would love to be in his situation at a strong American university, who simply don't have the means to do so. I told him about a friend of mine in Uganda who more than anything would love to go to a university and study, but is unable to do so because of lack of money and the poor economic climate of his country. By doing this, I made it clear that although it may not be his dream school, he was still blessed to have the opportunity to attend this university and provide a positive future for himself.
Alright, thank you, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe a time when you put your needs aside to help a coworker or classmate understand a task? How did you assist them, and what was the result?
I'm currently taking a macroeconomics course through a professor who is regarded at Xavier as being one of the toughest professors here. And earlier this semester we had our first exam, and for this class there's only 3 exams for the entire course, so each one covers a large amount of material. A few classmates and myself decided to team up to help study for the test. After a few hours spent studying, I felt as though I had a pretty good understanding of the material, and I gripped all of it very well. Whereas the other 4 students who I was studying with were still having problems understanding some key terms and some equations, which are very important aspects of macroeconomics in terms of completing this exam. It was starting to get late at that night, and although I had to go study for another test, which I had the next day as well, I decided to help out my fellow students so they could be able to pass the test. I did this by utilizing my strong communication skills and understanding of the macro material. I was able to lay out step-by-step solutions to help them understand the difficult equations, while also instilling a certain amount of confidence in them that would allow them to perform on the test itself. We worked past midnight to ensure that everybody had a good understanding of the material on the test, and after leaving, nobody had any questions or really any real uncertainties regarding the material. The result was that everybody passed the test, and everybody actually earned grades of B or higher, so it was very successful for everybody.
That sounds promising, Alex. Can you tell me about a time when you were around many different cultures or in a diverse situation?
Diversity is a concept that I hold very close to my heart in the sense that I try to keep my personal life as diverse as possible. Not only my personal, but professional as well. I'm constantly trying to add diversity to my group of friends, experiences, and personal interests, because I believe that that is the only true way that one can better themselves, through opening themselves up to new ideals, experiences, and people. My professional resume can attest to diverse past experiences, as a restaurant is one of the truest forms of diversity in the sense that it's a melting pot of its employees and the customers it serves. Working at a high-end restaurant, I had to deal with an affluent customer base and their expectations, while also dealing with the fast-paced and high-stressed work environment of the kitchen, especially with the chefs and dishwashers who were not too happy a lot of the time. Although this situation can be intimidating at first, I realized in order to be successful in this type of work environment, one has to be confident in their own abilities. And I did this by utilizing my communication and cerebral skills to quickly process the requests of customers and confidently translate them to bartenders and the chefs. And in an industry that is vital upon the strength of its service staff, my skills were quickly refined to a point that within a year and a half of working at the restaurant, I rarely made any mistakes in terms of processing orders and meeting the expectations of the clientele. I was constantly praised by my coworkers and boss on my ability to handle a large service section while also delivering first-class service.
Thanks, Alex. Alex, why should I hire you?
Well, as expressed by previous questions within the interview, I possess all the necessary skills to succeed as a research intern at this organization. Not only do I have a broad range of interests that will make my work within the program enjoyable and easy for me to complete, but I also have the required skills to ensure successful work. My strengths writing and conducting the research necessary to complete concise writings have been exemplified by my past academic exploits. Stated previously in a prior question, I've been approached by a philosophy professor who wanted me to switch my major to philosophy because of my ability to write concisely and understand complex philosophical ideas. This ability will be translated to any work I do within the internship, conducting research and then trying to put them into concise and clear writing about the findings that I come to through the research. Also, my past professional experience within the restaurant industry refined my communication abilities while strengthening my group work efforts. Through this experience, I was able to confidently work within a diverse team of coworkers in a very fast-paced and high-stress environment. So much so that my manager commended me on my ability to lead group work efforts in a letter of recommendation that he wrote upon my exit from the restaurant. As some of the work within the internship will certainly be group-related, my confidence in all aspects of communication will ensure that my smooth integration will ensure my smooth integration into any group work efforts. Because of my strengths writing, communicating effectively, I believe I make an excellent candidate for this internship opportunity.
Thank you, Alex. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I just have one question. In your time at the Woodrow Wilson Institute, what event, policy, or any really point are you most proud of?
All right.
That's it.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It was wonderful.